What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Dave and I make content around running, shoe reviews and my life. And today's no different. I'm super excited to announce that I've got the next iteration of a shoe that I've worn countless times on countless speed sessions. I've recommended this shoe numerous times to many people. I've got with me the Saucony ENDORPHIN Speed 4. I'm actually wearing it right now, so I'm gonna have to quickly take it off. Bear with me. The ENDORPHIN Speed 4 from Saucony. They've absolutely nailed the colorway. They know that all white is best and they've added the pops of color. And I just think it looks sensational. So I'm gonna be taking them through their paces today. I've got a cheeky threshold session planned and we're testing them on the concrete track. And once again, thank you Saucony for the Speed 4s. So these are literally fresh out the box. Like I haven't ran in these, I haven't even jogged in them yet. All I've done is put them on, walk around the house and film some reels. So I've been absolutely chewing at the bit, waiting for today to come so I can finally test them out. So today I've got more of a continuous session planned where I'm running through a different range of paces, perfect for a cheeky review. So let's do it. Okay, so what I've got for today's session, guys, it's more of a continuous fartlek style threshold session. So we're gonna start off with, of course, a 15-minute warm up and 15-minute cool down. So that should work out around 3Ks each way. Then for the session, it's going to be 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, okay? All of those minutes are gonna be done at threshold pace. And in between each interval, we're gonna have a 1 minute float. All right, so that float I'm gonna be doing around 30 seconds or 20 to 30 seconds slower than I was running the threshold efforts at. The idea behind the floats is to feel like you are recovering because you've slowed down the pace, but you're still keeping the gas on a little bit. Okay, that way you're still getting the aerobic benefits of running faster and pushing your body, but you're also still able to benefit from a bit of a recovery. My threshold pace, I'm probably gonna look at around 340 per K, but I'm not really fussed on dialing in a pace or anything like that. I'm just gonna go off feel. So whatever feels right, I'm gonna do. You know I had to get the shoes in the shot. Can't wait to take these out. Yeah, let's stop waffling and get out for that warm up. Shoo.
Okay, so first impressions so far, just on my warm up. They feel really soft, they feel poppy. A little narrow in the toe box, which is similar to the Speed 3. I would say maybe just from feeling now, they've got like a slightly wider arch. Maybe a comfier heel, but we'll have to see how they feel at the faster paces today. So around that half marathon pace for me. But I have a feeling they're gonna feel pretty good. My hopes with this shoe is I would love to use it as a long run shoe. Something that's like cushioned enough to support me for like 2 hours, but also something that's light enough and gives me enough back that I can go a bit faster. So that's the hope for this, or for the Speed 4s. The Speed 3s, I found I was kind of bottoming out after about an hour. So I never really wore them for longer than an hour. So I'm really excited to see how these go.
There we go, done guys. I'm gonna head back home now and then I'm gonna give you guys a little recap on the session, and of course, little spoiler alert before I get home, I think they're an improvement on the 3s. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll see you guys when I get home. Alright, so I'm back home, I finished my workout, I've had a shower, I'm feeling good, I'm fed, and I'm ready to start talking about the Saucony ENDORPHIN Speed 4s. But before I go into my first impressions, I thought I would just talk a little bit about the specs and what's changed from the Speed 3s. So the shoe comes in at 233 grams for a US 9, which I think is pretty light for a trainer. It also is about 5 to 10 grams heavier than the Speed 3, but to be honest, you're not gonna notice that at all. What's new about the shoe, they've got a winged nylon plate, which you can kind of see underneath there, how it's kind of got a rigid look. They've got a redesigned zonal mesh upper, and they've completely changed the tongue of the shoe as well. It's giving me the Saucony ENDORPHIN Elite tongue vibes. We've still got the Power Run PB foam in the midsole, and they've also added a little bit more rubber, or they've added a heavier rubber, which I think contributes to why it is a little bit, or slightly heavier. And then they've made what I think in the arch is just a slightly wider arch. I think they've gone for more of a stability approach rather like comparing to the Speed 3. But the upper is definitely, I would say, more breathable, and it feels lighter, especially the tongue. We've got 36 in the heel and 28 in the forefoot for an 8mm drop. And like I said before, they've absolutely nailed the colorway. They know that the triple white, like all white colorways, really seems to be popular. So they've gone with that, and they've added that fresh pop of color there. It's like a neon orange to a pink, and then they've got that really sick purple there. I just think this looks spectacular. So I'm just gonna go through the splits on this morning's session really quickly. So just a reminder, it was 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1 minutes. They were all done at threshold pace, and then there was a 1 minute float in between each of those reps. So it worked out to be 30 minutes of work, and then I did a 15-minute warm-up and cool down each way. So for the runs, the idea was to do it at threshold pace, so around that half marathon pace, or around that half marathon effort. Because I raced a couple of days ago, my calves and quads are a little bit beat up from an all-out effort. So I was going into this session with a little bit beat up legs. Not an excuse, but yeah, they did show a little bit in my paces, but that's why we do these things to effort, not for a specific pace, because there's like unknown variables that can impact how you do your session. For example, like the heat, weather, fatigue, and all those other things. How you slept the night before. So it's good to just go off effort, and as long as you're getting that good stimulus, then that's a good workout in my eyes anyway. So I pretty much managed to hold, for all of the threshold reps, 3:44 pace per kilometer, so about 4 seconds slower than I kind of had in mind, but again, doesn't bother me, and I really settled into that pace quite nicely, so it was really good. And then for the floats, I was averaging around 4:18 per kilometer pace. I think the Speed 4s honestly shine probably the best. Well, I'm using the Speed 3s as a comparison. I've only ran in these once, but if they're anything like the Speed 3s, which I'm getting a big vibe that they are, these kind of continuous sessions when you're changing through paces is where the Speed 4s are really gonna shine, and that's where you're gonna get the money's worth. I'm actually filming this little recap part after I just filmed the first impressions, because I completely forgot that this was even in the video for some reason. So I literally finished the video, said, "See you later, guys," and then was like, shit, I haven't even filmed the recap. So if this is kind of all over the place in this video, that's why. So let's talk about my first impressions of the shoe. So my initial reaction when going out for my first easy jog was, it does feel a lot like the Speed 3, but I feel like it could be slightly firmer. And with that slightly wider arch or slightly wider area, surface area in the forefoot, I feel like they have gone for a more of a stability approach, but it definitely still has that pop. It's got everything that you loved from the Speed 3 carried over into the Speed 4. So it's still got that power run PB, explosiveness, that poppy feeling pushing you up onto your toes. Although with the Speed 3, after I'd wear them for an hour or over an hour, I felt like I wasn't really getting much support and cushioning through the forefoot. But I feel like they've made some good changes to the Speed 4, and I'm praying and hoping that I don't have that problem in the Speed 4, because I do plan on taking these out on some long runs where I'm going to be picking up the pace and running closer towards that marathon effort, where I think this is super versatile, and I think that it's going to be able to shine in those intervals where you're starting off with the easy and then you're picking up the pace towards marathon, even half marathon effort. It's light enough and poppy enough that it can handle that and also feel nice and supportive through those easier paces as well. Also, I don't know if you guys felt the same, but looking at photos of the Speed 4, I was a little bit worried that it was gonna have a massive heel, like a massive stick out of foam in the heel. But once I actually was sent the shoes and I put them on, they are really quite streamlined. And once I'd finished my warm up and I'd started getting into that faster tempo side of things, they really started to feel a lot more comfortable, and running in them just became, well, it just started to feel a lot more natural. I think I just had to sort of wear them in after a couple of Ks and just get used to how they feel and how I should sort of stride in them. And once I figured that out, I was really getting on well with these shoes. So I was a big fan of the Speed 3, and it's looking like I'm gonna be an even bigger fan of the Speed 4s. But like always, I'm gonna have to log a few more miles in these before I can give you guys my honest full review on the shoe. But what I've gathered from just this one run is that this is really gonna be something special. And I think this is, if you're a really good, and I think that if you're a really big fan of the Speed 3, then you're definitely gonna get on well with the Speed 4. Saucony have not let us down with the Speed 4. They did such a good job with the Speed 3, loved by many and recommended by myself to many people. And now this is looking like something that I would definitely recommend to many people as well. I just need to clock some more miles. I'm probably gonna do at least 100 to 200 miles in these before I give you guys a full honest review. And then I can genuinely recommend if this is a shoe that you should have in your rotation. I have a feeling that these are definitely gonna sell out in the more popular sizes. They've got this awesome colorway that I'm holding right here. They've got a few more colorways out as well. But yeah, don't sleep on these bad boys, guys. They're really something special. But yeah, that's gonna conclude my first impressions, really quick video on the Saucony ENDORPHIN Speed 4s. I've really enjoyed running in these just this one time, and I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy running plenty more in this. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my future shoe related contents. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.